Hey guys, Steve Aryan with Outdoor Solutions, and I'm here today and I'm going to talk about some of the bags that we have from our friends at Coltac. Now, Coltac is a company based out of Rapid City, South Dakota, 100% American made, which we love. We love supporting companies like that, and they have a lot of different options. So we're going to go through some of the different products that they have that we use in our class that make our students more successful and more stable and able to get those shots when they're out in the field and when they're on the bench. So when you think of bags, a lot of times what you think of is shooting from a bench, and you're going to think of the traditional bags, you know, like a heavy bag in the front and maybe some sort of rear bag or something like that. If you come to one of our classes and you do the day 2 portion of our level 1, you'll find that we use these bags as items to gain stability. In the past, they've always been very heavy, and this is a little bit heavier bag that Coltac offers with a different type of fill, and this would be used typically more on a bench. But then we switch over to some of these newer fills that they have, and they're extremely light. They weigh just ounces. And so now we're able to take these bags in the field, and instead of jamming stuff in our backpack, our coats, our jackets, or whatever, now we can use these larger bags to create a void filler to add stability. And they also help absorb some of our little micro movements. And now there's been some different innovations in the type of materials they're using and the type of attachment points and where we can put these at to make them better. So starting with over here, we have the Mega Bag. This thing is a monster. We were joking around and calling it Bagzilla because it is a very niche specific bag. This may or may not be something that you take with you on a hunt, but there may be an application for it in the field. Depending on people's body types, their injuries, their flexibilities, this may be something you're like, this absolutely helps me get into a seated position where I can't bend my back or I can't bend my legs. And this is because it weighs hardly anything, you're still able to take it and use it, and it creates that opportunity for you to get shots at targets further than you would without something like this. So this is Coltac's Mega Bag. Very cool, very niche product, but it has the strap here. You can put it around your body, you can adjust it, you can kind of hold it underneath your arms. When you're seated, you can do it. And then we switch over here to what they call their Cuddle Bag. And it's kind of, as it is named, is for that. The strap can go over your chest. You can have it down here where you're not having to hold it or pin it in place, but rather it's being supported by the strap itself. If you don't want the strap, you can disconnect it with the buckles. You can adjust the length of it. It's made out of a standard Cordura, so it's very durable, extremely, extremely lightweight. It does have the bungees on the backside, so you can slide it over the barrel if you want to use it that way. And it gives you a good size for most of your hunting expeditions. This is probably our most used bag in the field when we're going out on our day 2 stuff. When you see us on tripods, we're using something like this standard Cuddle Bag. Then we have their new Trekker bag. This is a pretty cool bag. This one is a flat one and about the size of an encyclopedia or something, pretty thick, extremely, extremely lightweight. It has a strap on the back. You can adjust the length or you can disconnect it, so you can strap it to things. Good little void filler. It's stiffer, so it allows you to run it this way, but then it also allows you to run it this way if you need to. So if you don't like the thickness of this, but you like the height that it offers, then the Trekker bag might be something that you consider. And again, standard Cordura on this one. Now we come over into their trap bag, and this is a trap bag. Comes from like tank traps or different traps that we would use in like the precision rifle series or in type of a competitive shooting. This is a waxed, so it has that waxed feel to it, just like you would expect. This is kind of a medium weight fill. It's not super heavy, but it's not as light as these. This bag weighs more. This bag probably weighs as much as this bag, Mega Bag, does. So it kind of gives you an idea of the fill. So it's going to give you a little bit more stability, not as flexible in the material type as like a Cordura, maybe just slightly different in that. And it has the straps here for what we're going to talk about here in a few seconds, which is their frame system that they have. So the wax stuff is really cool. We like the waxed bags. I like a traditional wax bag. I love the way they feel, and I love that Coltac is offering them in most of their bag shapes and configurations. So this is their trap bag, and you can do a couple different things with it. If you look over here, I've got it set up on a tripod set up on one of their frames, and so this is a pretty cool system. And again, the Velcro just goes through the frame system and attaches there, so you can use it like that. It gives you a decent amount of stability and a ton of mobility. You're not fixed to the tripod. You can jump on it, you can jump right back off of it again if you need to. So that's a pretty cool little system. And then we have their just standard rear bag here. This one I believe is called their Whoopee, and this is a stretch material, so it's very flexible. This bag is available in their waxed configuration as well, which is pretty nice. You can get it in different fills. This one's kind of a medium weight fill, not super heavy, but not as light. This bag is heavier than this bag is. Kind of gives you an idea on weight. So this is a good little rear bag, nice and flexible. You can squeeze it, have it onto the back of the gun. Is primarily where you're going to take this. Not the most durable material, so this wouldn't be something I'm going to hang on the outside of my backpack and trek through the field. But I'm going to use more of a standard Cordura for an application like that, or a waxed bag even. But a very good product for when you're on the bench and you want to have some nice flexibility and you want some ability to squeeze and do those little micro movements with your offhand. This is a good bag for that. And here we have their Arcaframe setups, and we have some different options here. We have two different ones. These are pretty cool. So this is their flat bag, their mini flat bag. This one is set up and it's very quick to attach. You literally just feed it through there and Velcro it over. This attaches to any standard Arca rail system. So this is going to slide in your tripod interfaces that your spotting scopes or anything like that is going to attach to. So these are really cool because you get a decent amount of stability. The weight isn't much at all. I mean, most of your weight in this is going to be in your frame. And it gives you a nice padded surface where nothing's slipping off, gives you some stability there. So if you're out hog hunting or doing something like that and you don't want a traditional saddle or a clamp system because you don't want to set it up, then this is a good option for that. And then they also have one that has the Arca rail setup where it interfaces to your rifle. So if you have a Arca rail on your rifle and you want to clamp it to the rifle instead, now you have the mobility of, whether you're off the side-by-side or you're off a tree log or something, a log or something like that, or any type of thing where you want to gain a little bit extra stability, a standard trap or a cattle fence or something like that, cattle panel, you'll have the option with this to leave that on your rifle in that scenario, so you get that instant stability. The biggest things with these bags that we notice why they are so popular in the hunting industry right now, and specifically starting in the precision shooting community, the competition guys, is because it takes out all those micro vibrations, all those little things. You can rest something on a hard object, you can kind of get it to work, you can throw your jacket up there, and we can make it work in a pinch. People have done it for years. By using something light like this, it gets all those little vibrations out and you're able to settle in. It's very, very forgiving. And once you try one of these in the field and you try it without it and try it with it, you're like, wow, it makes a huge difference for not a lot of weight gain and not a lot of encumbrance or anything like that. So we are a huge fan of these bags. They have absolutely changed the game for the hunting industry. When students come to the class, the first thing they say is, where can I get a bag? Because they absolutely love them and they see the benefit. When they're able to fill it and they're like, oh wow, I'm stable. I'm able to shoot seated at 600 yards where I didn't even think I could shoot 600 yards off a bench yesterday. So we love utilizing these bags. Another product that we have that's just a handy little product, and these have been around a long time, but Coltac has their version of it, is a ammo wallet. And for you guys that hand load, or for people that go in the field, you don't always want to just take a box of ammo that's rattling, it gets bent up, it's hard to open sometimes, you're trying to get your fingers in there or whatever. It's just a neat, organized way to store your ammunition. And this is the 20-round variant. They have a few different options. They have a bigger one that holds like 50 rounds, but the 20 round just handles a standard box of ammo, folds over. We got it orange so we wouldn't lose them. So when you come to our class, you'll be getting one of these on day 2 to use during the class, so you can keep track of your ammo and not have to carry around boxes of ammo in your pocket and keep everything nice and organized. So it's just kind of a convenient thing. But if you hand load, a lot of times we always just put our ammo in those little boxes from those different companies that were out there, and they would rattle and shake and stuff like that. So having something like that where you can just kind of keep it organized is very nice. So these are some of the bag options we have in our classes. So the guys that are coming in here in the next couple days that are taking courses from us, you guys will be utilizing all these products and checking them out. And we'll make sure we start putting some stuff out on our social medias as far as the different ways we're utilizing them, so you can see different positions that we are utilizing them in. And you guys will have an opportunity to check all that stuff out. So if you guys are interested, check out Coltac.com for all their products that they have. Stay tuned to our channel for more content from them and our classes that we're doing this year.